Alright, so I'm going to show how to open up and disassemble this ThinkPad X1 Extreme Gen 3. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to use a PH1 or JIS1 screwdriver to remove all the screws from the bottom. Alright, you want to keep the screws in order because they are different size, shape, and lengths. It actually looks like these screws might actually stay attached to the case, so we actually don't need to worry about organizing them. But make sure your screws don't fall out because sometimes they might come loose and pop out. It looks like they undid that screw already. There's a little hole here. This is for a battery reset. If for some reason your computer's having issues powering on or something, you can use like a small folded out paper clip or a pin to press and hold that for about 15 seconds. And a lot of times that will get it to power on. All right, once we've gotten all the screws out, we should be able to pop the cover off. Let's see which side comes out. It doesn't seem to be easy to pop this cover off. Okay, let's see if we can go from here. Probably not because there's only one screw there, but sometimes I'll push with my thumb on the palm rest here and then pull, but as you can see, that's not working. So we need to figure out how to pop it from this side first. For some reason, it doesn't want to come out. So let's see here. Might have to use a pry tool. Okay, yes. All right, so you can see as I pull up, I'll get my fingernail into the little gap there. Pry tool works as well. Obviously, you don't have to use fingernails if you don't have fingernails. And then we're going to work our way down the side. You can see how a lot of it already popped up. The middle's kind of being difficult, so we're going to have to figure that out, okay? So let's see. Usually, because the way the clips work, they kind of grab under. So we're going to try and pull the cover this way as we kind of pull up. Okay, and it's kind of coming up, but not quite. So we might have to use a pry tool to get in here as well. You see that gap there? Let me see if I can do that with my fingernail, and probably not. Nope. Okay, so let's try. There's two things. You can try a suction cup. Pulling here might pull the case in this way, and then it might release any clips that are further up here. Let's see. Is that working at all? No, not really. Okay, so we're probably going to have to go the thin pry tool route. All right, so I'm going to use this little thin tool. You don't want to push this too far in because obviously you can damage the motherboard. So it looks like there's a clip all the way up here. You can see where you kind of get the more solid thing here. Okay, so let's see if we can pop it. And there we go. Okay, so we got that one, and then I'm pretty sure there's going to be another one here where that solid portion of plastic is as well. So get the tool in and then just pull it this way, and that pops it out. There we go. So that opened it up, easy peasy. Let's get this centered and get a thumbnail here. So we'll just open it up like that. And there we go. That's what the inside of this looks like. Okay, so the battery on here, the customer said isn't holding a charge, so we're going to be replacing that. Let's go ahead and disconnect it. There's a little plastic tab here, or cover plastic thing, sticker. We're gonna have to peel this up so we can see what the connector looks like. Here we go. Okay, so the connector here, all right, this is a somewhat common type Lenovo has been using. The way you remove this, usually you'll go in here. Make sure you're just prying up the upper layer, so you don't want to pry too low and then you'll rip off the connector from the board. So you just pry from the upper layer. Okay, you can hold here just to help. Okay, so pull up. Man, it's a little bit difficult, it seems. Pretty sure that's how you get this one up because I've worked on a few of these before. There you go. Once you pull this up, okay, what you do is you slide the whole connector forward here to get the little wings out from underneath and then lift that up. There you go. Hopefully that helps you know how to remove this. It's a little tricky. If you don't know what you're doing, if you try and just rip this out or pull it, you're going to end up destroying and ripping this off the motherboard, and then you're screwed. You're not going to be able to fix that. All right? Or you're going to need some help from some really good board solderer person. Okay, so yeah, don't mess around with that if you don't know what you're doing. Hopefully you're able to follow along with my video. And I like to use fingernails because I can feel exactly how much force is going into the plastic. If you use pry tools on that, that's how you end up breaking things. So if you don't have fingernails, just wait a little while, let it grow out. Some people are scared to let their fingernails grow out, you can just cut all of them except for one. I don't know, whatever. Or you can just take the risk and try and pry it up. But you can see how you have these metal pins here. If you pry and you damage those, then you're not going to be able to fix this. All right, anyways, we're going to remove the battery. So we got one screw here. We got 4 along the bottom. I don't know if there's any other ones along the top. Let's see. All right, again, keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. The way I do that is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the power and I remove them, so we have those 4. All right, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. All right, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, let's get this battery out. So we'll lift up from back here and then slide it out. So it looks like there's 2 or 4 little clips that kind of slide in underneath and hold the front of the battery down. Okay, the battery model number is here. There's multiple model numbers, L19M4P71. Okay, and then there's the ASM part number, SB10X19047, and then the FRU part number, 5B10X19049. Okay, so there you go. That's the old battery. We'll set that aside. Here's the replacement battery. Okay. But before replacing this, we are going to go ahead and take a look at the other components underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick look here. If you're going to mess around with a bunch of stuff in here, you'll want to open up the laptop and then press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds. This will drain the the capacitors and resistors and whatever else is holding some power. Usually it's mainly the capacitors and stuff, but just hold it for 15 seconds or so to drain any residual power, and that'll make it a lot safer to work on, because then there won't be a bunch of power stored up in these little things that if you touch it with something, arc it, and it'll short. So yeah, once you do that, you'll be a lot safer. Okay, you got this little connector here, most likely for the cameras and the microphones in the screen. Then you got this LCD LVDS connector. You got the fan connector here for this fan. Okay, you got an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD slot here. You got another one here. If you put another SSD, peel off this yellowy, orangey yellow tapey stuff. Okay, you don't need that. You remove this, throw it away. This is a thermal pad underneath. Okay, comes with the screw. You got the speaker connection here, which has a wire going along underneath to the other speaker over here. These aren't held in with screws, they're just held in with like these little rubber things, okay, and the posts. So yeah, all right, you got a little connector here. Pretty sure that's for fingerprint reader, right? Let's see under here. Yeah, that's a fingerprint reader connector. This has a little latch that you flip up and then you can pull it out. Then you got the touchpad connector here, same thing, flip latch, you can pull it out. And then you got the stuff over here. Pretty sure this is for the keyboard backlight. Flip latch, you flip it this way, pull it out, and then you got the keyboard connector here. Flip latch this side, okay? So they flip up like that, just so you can see. And then you can pull that out. And then this connects the keyboard and the keyboard backlight to the motherboard here. I don't know what this little connector's for here. All right, you got the BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery here. It's a CR1632-LJ0272. Okay, and then they also have these other part numbers. I'm not going to read all of that. It's super long. You can read it if you want. Hopefully you can read it. Okay, and then you got the wireless card here soldered to the motherboard, so you can't replace this. If you need to remove the antennas, you go from the tail and then pull straight up. Don't try and pry them out from up here. Okay, you got the other fan connector right there. And I think that's about it. There's also a case intrusion switch here, so it will know that the case has been opened. This thing is spring-loaded. All right. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's 2 slots for RAM here. This doesn't say. They're only using 1 slot, but let me see if we can remove this. I don't know if I can because this plasticky stuff here is in the way. Let's see. Can I peel this up to get it out of the way? Just enough to get the RAM out. I don't know. Okay, there we go. And this is PC4 3200AA, so you should be fine with any PC4 3200AA RAM. This is a 16 gig stick. If you want, you can put another 16 gig stick and have 32 gigs total. Okay. Usually it's better to have 2 sticks, so if you want to increase your performance a little bit, get a second matching stick and you should be good to go. Alright, I'm going to try and get this RAM back under there. Oh man, why'd they put all this stuff in the way? I think they did this so they know that you messed with it. Jeez, who's screaming out there? Okay, anyways, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and install the battery. Pretty simple. You just slide this back in up underneath. So you have to go in at an angle here. Okay, so go back in underneath. Jeez, what is happening over there? All right, and then let this go down. You can double check if it's locked in, pull the cable up, and it doesn't lift the whole battery. So we're good. We'll get these screws back in, and then we'll put the bottom cover back on, and that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, yeah, and please, if it helped you save a bunch of money as well, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. All right. Again, if you can't help out that way, it helps a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well. And also, I have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. So if you can like and subscribe to videos on that channel as well, that'd be great. All right, so anyways, this connector, to put it back, you do the opposite. So this back portion goes in first, and you have to slide it in like that. Okay, once you slide that back portion in, you push down the front, and that locks it into place. And that's pretty much it. You can go ahead and put this little sticker back on, or you can just throw it away. It's not really necessary. I think this is just like stuff so they know that you messed with it. If you threw that away, then they'll be like, hey, we know you opened the case. And yeah, I mean, obviously if there's different hardware, they'll know as well. But if you end up sending in under warranty and you remove other stuff, but you leave other things in there, they'll know that you messed with it. Anyways, so you have these little feet in here, so you got to get those in first. You go in at an angle, get that in, okay, hold that into place, and then lower this down. Once you do that, get the screw in. I like to twist it backwards first, feel it click, and then tighten it down. All right, same thing over here. Oh, I didn't even show you guys that little button there. So let me lift this back up, and let's see here. And here you can see that's the little button I was referring to. So if you push and hold that, okay, it doesn't wipe out your data or anything. Some people like to ask me, is it going to erase my computer or anything? It might reset your BIOS, which resets like the date and time. And if you had any special settings, you might have to change those settings back. But last time I've ever used one of those buttons, I've never had to reset the BIOS stuff. So I don't know exactly what it resets that makes it fix like boot issues. I think it's more if the computer detects like a temporary short or something and shuts itself off to protect itself, then that kind of resets that. But other than that, I don't know. I've never seen it really reset anything, so other than it having issues powering on. All right, make sure to clip everything back in, get the last screws, and that's pretty much it. Last screw. Oops, don't forget the middle one. That's what they forgot last time. Okay. All right, and that's pretty much it. Let's obviously try and power it on just to make sure everything's working, and we should be good to go. Okay, power light is on. I hear the fan spinning. Sometimes it might take a while to boot up, and there we go. All right, so that's pretty much it. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.